How's it, everyone? Welcome to Race Space. Tonight we are going to round 2 of the Rally Fighters series here in the USA, Dirtfish. So there's 3 layouts of Dirtfish this season. It's quite a long season this time, and this is the Pro Course version for anyone that knows the game. Joining me on the stream tonight, as usual, is Rattech. How's it going?
How's it going, man? You alright?
Yeah, good. Can't complain.
Good.
Today's a good day because it's race day.
Yeah, today's a good day. Today is a race day. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I'm just going to double check now we got the right people, and then we can pretty much go ahead. So we're missing Jacques. So these were all supposed to be 5-car races today. It was quite a solid lineup. It was 15 drivers. So, but a couple guys here and there have dropped out. They couldn't make it for whatever the reason. So in this one, we're supposed to have Motormouth, Rock, Berries, and Dusty, and it looks like they're all here. So this is looking like an exciting race. Let's get this
Definitely
going.
is.
So for anyone watching for the first time, or even if you did watch last season here, because we did do this race for the first time, I think last season on the calendar, Berries actually won that whole event. It was his first ever Rally Fighters win. So we know he's good here. We know Dusty's good everywhere. So this is a strong lineup.
It's definitely got some fast contenders in there, isn't it? It's
And then we're going to be seeing Roy here, which is Rock. We're going to see him here for the first time because season 1 of Rally Fighters we didn't do this track. And Motormouth, first time as well, I believe. So it's going to be very cool, I think.
I think you can see there. Is it Dusty at the back of the grid? But that's a very awkward starting position on this track, isn't it? Because
Pretty much from where that Ford is. Pretty much from where the Ford is there, it gets narrow and difficult. You want to be on the left side, but then again, also the guys are coming across from sort of where the Ford is. They're going to cut across. So sometimes it's not even good to be. It's sort of all bad positions because those guys are just going to come across, and you might get barged into the wall.
Yeah.
It's a very tricky start, this one. It's especially for 6 cars.
And you can see our sponsors for this week's round are Red Bull. So
yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of those this week. We wish we could get some of these guys as sponsors. How epic would that be?
I was going to say, I've got the Red Bull down the side of my car, so I'm glad to be on home
they can
track,
send us some hats or something. That would be epic.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, Berry's on pole, Motormouth alongside him, Rock and Dusty on the second row. So
another interesting part of this track you'll see as they start going is the Joker lap is very early here, and it's a much shorter lap than it's the shortest of all the Joker laps in the game. So we'll see here who ducks in the Joker lap. I'm sure someone will.
See Dusty firing
goes
off
Joker
Joker.
there. So this is going to be good for Dusty. He can put in those fast laps, as we all know. So I think he made a smart move there. Now it's up to Berries to try catch him. Ooh, it looked like Berries hit the tires there, but it might just be lag because he's kind of all over my screen here.
I was Motormouth actually at the tyre. Berries is clean out the exit of the tunnel.
Okay.
At the moment, just coming down into the final section. See, he's not too far away from Dusty.
He might be able to answer back right now. I wonder if he answered back if he would get out ahead.
I think he's thinking about it. Yeah, he dives for it.
So let's see, is it enough? Because he just has to get his car there. No, just after.
So it wasn't quite enough to. I think he clipped the wall going into that final bend. It was a good
idea.
The Joker.
I think he, just a bit too slow on the exit, but nice exit on the tunnel there. The guys are also quite happy in this round, I'm sure, because it's dry weather. We all know that it could get wet this session.
See, Motormouth has done his Joker as well. He's already dropped 11 seconds behind him. I think Roy's had
Roy's also done it though, so they've all done the Joker.
These two just stretching away and just going for the quickest time, aren't they?
Yeah.
See, Berries is matching Dusty for pace.
He is. He's not falling off there. So it's a sort of savage racing story here in this first race. Savage Audi.
You can see Roy just catching up to the back of Roy now. So he's had some major contact somewhere.
Remember, it is a very technical track, this one. Lots of little tires and stuff in the way. But this might now start impacting the time of the guys behind. But Roy runs it wide. I think he's moving out the way there, to be honest. Remember, this was a random
Berries
draw.
Hasn't come out. I thought Berries hadn't come out of the tunnel then, but he just come into shot.
I think he might have fallen a little behind Dusty with the overtaking there of Roy earlier. It was getting a bit tighter. But this was a random draw race. Remember, qualifying 1 is always random draw, so it was quite a strong random draw actually with 2 of those guys. Ooh, straight out the tunnel into the tires. That's why they put tires there, guys.
Not enough full send to Scott there. He needs to learn how to
needs to get it more sideways.
Halfway down the tunnel. Yeah, we want to see major full sends coming out that tunnel tonight.
It's okay. I think Carlo's coming. Carlo will do proper full sends, I'm sure. Nicely
As you say, it's a very technical track. It's quite a nice track. I do like it. You can carry some speed through, but if you get it wrong, you lose a lot of time.
You do, and it's very why I like it personally. I mean, anyone that's seen me drive on this game is you can go so sideways on this track.
Yeah.
All right, so into the next race we go. I just got that horrible blue screen of death. I'm still trying to figure out how to not get that.
Yeah,
my
I remember our
screenshots.
conversation the other night, and I did go for it myself. Saved the replay, but I didn't get a screenshot. So,
all right,
we'll iron that out in the future, near future.
Okay, so we got JPH, Tarmac, Kenny, Mark, and Mark. So it's Battle of the Marks this round. Tarmac, Mark, and check, everyone's in. Look how quick that was. That was just like perfection.
Just need
a cameraman now.
Yeah, Motormouth maybe to join in. Just give him a chance to get out of his car.
Yeah, he's just got to walk over from the pit lane there where the car's
parked. Just having a quick chat to his engineers. I don't think he's quite happy with the setup, so.
But otherwise, if anyone else wants to jump in, they can. We just need anyone.
Yeah, that helps, doesn't it? If I've actually got my headset microphone on.
There we go.
I was happily talking to myself, which was really good because I was having a good conversation.
Cool. We're just waiting for you to jump in here for cameras.
I know.
And then we're ready
just
to go.
jumping back in for my invite. There we go.
Awesome.
So you're saying you get more sense out of yourself than what you do out of us, Per. Right, that's nice.
Probably.
That's nice.
Probably. Look at that. I can have this conversation with myself because I'm really good at having a long conversation with myself because I never get interrupted. Nobody else gets a word in.
It seems that we had a person join, but they figured it out and they left again. I wondered, it looked like a lot of people in the lobby. But I think it's sorted.
Yeah, it did. It did look very, very,
alright,
very,
so it's
very...
JP, Tarmac, Kenny, Mark, and Mark. Perfect.
Yes.
Let's get this underway.
Right, I shall leave you guys. Join you shortly.
Enjoy. See if you can crash as good as me.
I'm sure I will, mate. I'm sure I will. Catch you guys in a bit.
Cool.
No worries. That was good fun, actually. I did quite enjoy that. I made a pig's ear of it, but it was good fun.
It's a very technical track. It's quite especially if you start to get a rhythm on this track. It actually feels like a cool. You get a good feeling for the track. It's the nice section actually where you can get like a nice train going with a couple of cars is that sector 1. I remember last season we got some quite nice pictures of guys going around sort of the second main turn, that one just before the Joker.
Yeah.
It was about a train of 5 cars. It was an epic shot. So maybe we'll see some of that later tonight.
Yeah, I've got everyone sort of twisted around, not quite sideways, but a few degrees over.
Yeah.
Get onto the. Oh, that's supposed to be trackside. That's not trackside. That is.
So anyone that's watching, you might think that that's Christofferson if you know your rallycross on the line, but it is his old livery, but that is not Christofferson himself. That is Tarmac. Maybe we can call him Tarmac Christofferson. We'll decide if he wins this race. We'll call him Tarmac Christofferson for the rest of the series.
He probably drives more like Chris Christofferson, who was in that film with Barbara Streisand in the 70s. A Star Is Born. The original one before the Lady Gaga version that was like, yeah, whatever. But he was in the original one with Barbara Streisand.
But it's a very nice. It's a very nice variety of cars on that grid. If you check there, we got sort of one of each almost.
It's like multicoloured swap shop, isn't it? It's like a rainbow of sick.
So they're off.
They're off. Oh,
Great start there from Radtech. So he's round the corner first, but I think he goes into the wall. So
he did. He went straight into it.
Kenny and Tarmac, they take the Joker lap. So Kenny's got a good spot there now. He can just put in those laps. We know he's quick.
Yeah.
He won the last championship, so he is a quick driver. So he's just going to want to put those laps in. And then leading the pack of the second group of cars, so he could still win the race, to be fair, is Radtech. He's in third place at the moment. He took the standard lap. If he doesn't make any mistakes, he can just sort of put in the fast times. He could actually catch Kenny. Tarmac round, and he parks it between the tyres.
Oh, that's cost him. That's what I did on the previous lap. Two cars had crashed.
That's Mark into Tarmac on the corner there, so that hurts them both. Let's see what's happening there with the merge, because Radtech takes Joker. He comes out just behind Kenny. So he also did the same as Barry's did previously. He answers back immediately, but it just didn't work out for him. But now he could still...
Less than a second,
Oh, he's a bit wide into the wall, I think. I wonder if he bounced.
Yeah, he took a wallop.
He's looking okay. Right. He's looking strong, actually. This is going to be a good race between these two.
That's where I messed it up there. I went too tight and hit the other tyre, which...
It is a very common mistake on this track.
Over the jump. It's just holding it there. Oh, Mark was trying too hard then.
Full send from Mark there. Full send.
Full railing send, I think. So that's Kenny out of the Joker.
Ooh, Tarmac there on the side again. So he's... I don't know if he's pulled over for good or if he's going to join again just now. Oh, that's going to hurt Kenny out. And Radtech as well. So JPH is going to take this. JPH into the lead. That's a shocker. We didn't see that coming. So let's focus quickly on JPH there. He's going to go on.
Oh my God, he's going to take that now. He must take.
And his car looks like pretty much spotless. So if he just holds on to this, he's going to win it, I think. They've all taken their Joker, so nobody has the Joker left to take.
What's the? I'm just reading what JPH is saying in the chat about the splits. I want to try and have a look. He said it's a pretty good graphic, so I'm just going to have a look. I can't see anything there, but I don't know if you can.
Yeah, we can see it on the bottom of the screen now. It's got long.
Oh yeah, I've got it on there. Yeah, that's not bad actually. It's a good shout. To be fair, I don't get it on my screen, but I can see it on the stream.
So JPH, he's going to come around the last corner now. He will be going over the line. So good race from him there. I don't know if it's going to be enough to match Dusty in them, but we'll have a see at the end of this event tonight. Kenny over in second, Ratek in third. Where's Mark right now? Let's see where Mark is there in fourth. He's over. Is he? He's coming around the last section now.
Oh, he's lost some of the car.
Yeah, I think it was that collision he had earlier with Tarmac. He must have had a few more, because remember, Tarmac was to the side, and he seems to have caught up to Mark. So I think both of them struggling with some heavy damage there, but he crosses the line in fourth place. So good.
Tarmac's a lap down, because he's a minute and 8 behind. He's probably a lap or two down.
Yeah, so he crosses the line now.
Well, that was eventful.
So that was something that I didn't see happening when we went into this race. That was quite a shocker.
For both of them to do it, for Kenny to
I was so happy for you, Mark, and then so sad so quickly. Like I thought, this is perfect, just what you needed. Like, obviously I was sad for Kenny, but happy for you, and then immediately sad for you.
It's just funny. JPH must have thought, oh, that's like Moses and the staff and the sea just parting as he goes walking through that red.
But so that was JPH's first heat win, so that's a good job from him there.
Well done to him. Good solid job. He got some pacer.
And it's definitely something, I think, that builds your confidence, and we probably see him win a few more in the future.
Yeah, it does, definitely. It's just
all right, so going into this next race now, we were supposed to have Kyle Carter, but now we are going to just have Carlo. Ali isn't racing, so it's Carlo, Kento, and Scott Pickle. So Scott number 2, or Pickle, as he's also known. So it's a 3-car race, this. So it's actually, I mean, this is kind of, it's not so good for the viewers, but as one of the drivers, this is what you want. You want your 3-car race in qualifying to put in your good times. You don't want
a bit more space on the
cars around you slowing you down. You just want to set those times. And enjoy it.
I'm going to let you enjoy it, and I'll just change my sound into game sound rather than party sound.
Cheers, one.
Have fun.
Cheers, bud.
Cool. So just going to make sure he's gone there. Gave him the boot. So it's a 3-car race. We've got a cameraman, and I think these are the guys. Kento. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Kento does here. He did well in the ice track the other day. I was quite impressed with him.
Yeah, definitely was, wasn't he? He came out strong in that Ford. New car for this year. Last season he was in the Honda. So,
and I'm always keen to see Carlo or Matsutsi, as you guys will see him here, because he is known for his full sends. I will be pretty upset if I don't see at least a good few sends here.
I was trying to give it some full sends out that exit of the tunnel, and then caught me nose on the inside wall, just trying to give the room to Kenny. I could see he'd made a mistake, and that was
the problem. If you were full sending from halfway through the tunnel, you wouldn't have even seen he had crashed. You would have been so focused. That's the good part about the full send out the tunnel.
Trying to be controlled. Yeah,
no time to panic.
As soon as you put it into race mode in a championship, I don't know, something happens to me and I just end up not being able to drive. So, got to rein that in.
Same with me. Anyway, so this is the third race now of qualifying 1. So qualifying 1 will be completed here after this race, and then we might see a change of weather. It might start raining, so I hope these guys have got a feeling for the track. I think that was a good thing about it being clear weather now, is some of the newer guys or less experienced on this track got a quick run, and I hope they're ready for possibly worse conditions. We don't know yet. Ooh. Are we down to two drivers? What was that?
Yeah, Pickle.
Maybe he didn't ready up.
Oh, clipped the inside barrier. I made that mistake as well. That was Kento, wasn't it? Matsuchi.
He's
hits that
clipped
tyre
inside
there.
as well. Massive
Both
impact.
drivers. So Kento's.
And
he's made a mistake
again.
through that tunnel. Yeah,
It might be
Kento,
the Ford here for these guys, because they're both in the Ford for the first time this season, and that Ford's got a very long nose, so it depends what views they'll be using, but I've used this car for a season, and it's an epic car, but if you're not used to the nose, how long it is on this car, you can easily hit the inside of corners.
You want to get rid of that front bumper as quick as possible then, so Matsuchi's done that, and Kento's
Kento
nearly
between
done that,
the tyres.
He's not looking quite comfortable as yet, is he? But Matsushi dies for his Joker this time round. So
remember, they'll also have picked up some serious damage. They both hit the walls quite hard, so they will struggle a bit here to get good lap times. But they just need to finish here, because there are a few people that.
Matsushi does a 360 coming out of the tunnel there.
I wonder if that was he was trying to send it backwards, maybe.
He's been listening, Kyle. He's been listening to you, and again, just clips that inside barrier there.
It's that nose on that Ford. I'm telling you, he's struggling. Remember, he was in the Citroen last season, one of the shortest cars.
And this track does throw up some. There's a lot of tyre barriers on the inside of corners that don't move, do they? And you can just see that it's catching both these drivers out at the moment. But it is their first round of qualifying, so hopefully they'll just be able to find more of a rhythm for the upcoming qualifying rounds.
That was nice around there from Kento. He just didn't get around that last tyre, but he had a good smooth line around there.
Out the tunnel that time, Kento. That was not a bad angle coming out there, more drifting.
That's what I like to see, more drift. There, proper full sending there from Matsuchi. Did both of these guys take that Joker already? I'm not quite sure with all the spinning.
They have, yeah. Kento took it on lap 1, and Matsushi took it on lap 2, so...
sideways there. We like to see. Let's follow him through the tunnel. Let's see what he can do here. Proper
out wide,
sending.
but he's got a good line coming into there.
Come on, full send it. Can he do it? Yeah, it's not bad. That was a decent one. With all the damage he's got, I'm pretty sure that was quite good.
Yeah, let's see if Kento gives it a...
There, that. Ooh. It was looking solid on the entry, but I think just a little too much.
Matsuchi there completes the race, so his time, a few spins and stuff, so his time's going to be a little bit slower, but I mean, obviously there's me and Kenny that have had spins and stuff, not clean runs. So. And
with Pickle, with whatever that was, I have to think that was not ready up in time. It couldn't have. It seemed it was too early for a jump start, unless he did jump start.
Screenshot saved if you want, mate.
Cool. Alright, so on to the next one. We go on to qualifying 2 now. So that was a lot of action. It feels like we've done more than one round of qualifying with some of the impact we've seen on those.
Yeah.
I feel sore for some of the drivers.
There's a lot of teams there that are having to rebuild cars, isn't there? And realign the geometry of the steering and stuff.
Alright, so for qualifying 2 now, for race 1, Kento, he stays. JPH is back. Roy, Scott Pickle, he gets another go. I hope that it works out for him this time, that he can actually race, because we want to see them on track. We love to see the new guys have a race for the first time. So Kento, JPH, Pickle and Roy. Awesome. So we look like we're ready. Let's get this one underway. Oh wait. Oh shit. Oh. I didn't change the weather to what it was supposed to be. My bad. So
I was just about mentioning that. Yeah, I was just saying it looks like it's going to stay dry for round 2.
I just pressed the button to cancel that countdown, and then it for some reason hit my PlayStation button, and I couldn't press the cancel.
I'm sure a lot of the guys will not be upset by that mistake. Yeah. It's. I've done a few laps in the wet.
I've got it here on what it should have been. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone, otherwise they're going to practice. But we'll use it. We'll use it for the next one.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, I've done some laps in it in all conditions around here, because you need to get prepared for any condition when rain is could be expected. Obviously, no one knows, even me. Kyle keeps that to himself. So you've got to practice in all conditions, and this track does have some tricky bits when it gets wet. It's really the transfer from gravel onto tarmac. It's when you add the wetness to it, really makes my car push on.
So JPH has got a good starting position there. He just won his heat and he's back on a great starting position. So I mean, looking at who we've got here, Kento. I mean, Kento's got his days where he's strong as well. I think if he can stop his car from getting damaged here, he's one of the guys I would look at to being a strong competitor in this race.
Has a good launch as well, Kento.
Great from Roy.
With a ground, but a little bit of contact there. I think the bottleneck of that first corner.
Big contact into the Joker there with Roy and Kento. Roy there, you can just see. So Kento actually came out the Joker. He must have been facing the wrong way. He just decided to go the standard lap. And Roy,
take that on a cleaner run.
Big crash there from Roy. So that's unfortunate for him. Pickle though.
So the new guy to the championship. He's in a solid second at the moment.
He seems to have also picked up damage. I wonder if it was also with contact there at the front. But it's
not too far
behind. It's the typical problem on the start of this track is if you're going to send it into that first corner with a tight little bottleneck, it's not always going to work out for you. Sometimes the smarter thing to do is to just let everyone round and then try catch them later. But we know everyone is a racer, so everyone wants to get there first.
JPH looks comfortable in the Mini now. He's obviously coming off that heat win.
He is looking comfortable. In fact, I'm surprised the Mini how he's not getting it as sideways as what I normally go. It's looking a bit too clean.
His front bumper is hanging off, and we've normally lost ours on the first corner. So I mean, like he's driving that Mini. I'll give him respect.
I want to see the back of that Mini come out the tunnel before the front.
To check, Kento's up into second place now after completing his. He just comes over that jump a little bit out of shape.
So that Joker would have put him back up into second place there.
Yeah. Pickle in a solid third place
for his first race. He's doing not so bad.
Roy,
obviously, he'll have massive damage from that earlier into the pit incident there.
JPH coming over now, is he, onto his final lap? So he's having another solid run. So
yeah, he's had 2 races now, pretty much where there's been no cars in front of him.
Yeah.
Because when he was racing you guys were just too far ahead to really affect his times, and then you had that incident where you both crashed, and he just was back in the clear again. So that's this race, the same sort of
happened. It right out to the wall.
Touches
that
was
wall. Beautiful.
Gives it a kiss.
That's what we like to see full car control on the limit. So fair play.
Just caressed the wall there. I think any more of a tap than that, and he risks spinning the back around and having a bit of a crash.
I can see Kento and Pickle here. Kento gives it a full send.
Crash there from Kento.
Just drops him in that place and a little bit of time overall.
So Pickle up into second. So not bad for his first run here. Is he going to hold it now?
He's going out wide here. Kento's looking up the inside.
But Pickle holds onto it for second place in this heat.
It's a good run. Good run. Obviously a little bit of contacts and damage from guys, but good to see car control and performance afterwards.
So Roy just nursing it round now, because he picked up 2 lots of damage. He hit that wall on the first little bottleneck where they came together and he went into the wall, and the Joker entrance. So unlucky for him again. He's had 2 races now where he's picked up some quite bad damage, I think. Alright, on to race 2 now of qualifying 2. I think we've got all our shots and everything.
Yep, all sorted there, mate.
So, for this next race we have Carlo, the full send Matsutsi, Motormouth Scott, we've got Tarmac, Berries, and Marquetti. So this will also be an interesting race. We got Carlo, who he's got his times where he's up there with the front runners, and Berry's always strong.
Yeah, I mean, coming from qualifying 1, Berry's, he was following Dusty, wasn't he? He wasn't too far off the back of him, and just had a total clean run. So he's got a good time from qualifying 1. He's going to be. It all depends on starting position for him as well.
Yeah, because we're just waiting on Berries now to join this lobby. But check that. So that's 3 Fords in this race. 2 of them teammates.
There's some big cars to try and get past if you get stuck behind them, aren't they?
Yeah. It is the longest car in the game. So when it's sideways, it's very difficult to get past. That's why you've got to send the Ford sideways. That's what it's for.
Yeah. Nobody's even going to get a look in trying to get up the inside or the outside of it.
Alright, so they're all ready. We're ready. Let's get this race 2, qualifying 2 going. If you're watching the stream, give a shout out to who you think's gonna take this win.
Yeah, could be anybody's, couldn't it? I mean, that bottleneck at the start, that really...
We've seen just right now what it can do. It can cause a big problem. So, I mean, some of the guys, I mean, you got to start wondering if it's not better to just go a bit slower around there. And I don't know, maybe those guys think about taking the Joker on the first lap to make up for having...
I always think that if I'm at the back of the grid, you always consider, right, let's get through this first section, see how many dive off for the normal lap, and then, late lunge into the Joker yourself and get some cleaner air.
Alright, so great position there for Tarmac Christofferson there in the VW. Berry's there in the red car at the back. Motormouth is the blue spoiler, so he's on the left side of our screens. So from Motormouth and Carlo, that is a tough spot to start.
Definitely is. Yeah.
I know that Carlo likes to full send as well, so I mean, depending on how good his launch is, I'm kind of nervous for the start.
It's a 50-50 chance, isn't it, really, I think. I mean, coming from that wide into such a narrow, and exit of that first corner.
I would think, even Berries is quite worried here, to be honest, because he's at the back. If they come across, there could be a bit of a pile up here. Let's hope not. Let's see what they do.
I think Kento, no.
That's McQuartie in the yellow spoiler.
McQuartie.
And Ali into the wall, and Motormouth. Ali, sorry, that's Carlo. Carlo into the wall twice there. So that's not what he wanted.
Tarmac and Berries managed to go through. I think they've all gone for the Joker. Yeah, they've done the Joker.
Tarmac and Berries. So Tarmac did an epic Joker then, because look at the distance between him and Berries.
Yeah.
Berries must have messed up slightly in that Joker.
I'm thinking Mark QWERTY's gone for the Joker as well, but it hasn't come up on my timing screens. But I think he must have continued. Tarmac just got a little bit out of shape.
He seems to be like, I noticed in the last race, when he goes into that drift, he kind of goes the whole way around. He doesn't like slide. He kind of almost does it like a donut. He doesn't. Right. The drift doesn't carry. I don't know. Maybe he's holding his handbrake for too long.
Well, we do know that he does come from a drifting background, doesn't he? Oh, see, he's just made a mistake going into that tunnel.
Let's hope that nobody crashes here on the entrance. They slow down. So McQuartie through. Carlo's through. Jeez, like he actually, I think, touched the back wall with the back of his car in the tunnel.
I can hear a lot of tyre squeal there.
He's doing a good job to catch up to McQuartie though, considering he crashed that wall twice at the start. So he's done a good job to get back in the race here, Carlo.
Oh, someone's just
there. Oh, he's crashed. It was Carlo crashed there. Maybe terminal damage. That's what it'll be. He's hit the wall. I saw his car still sitting there. No,
Matsushi's still there. It's Motormouth. Motormouth has
either got terminal, either ran out of fuel, or retired.
Meanwhile,
so that's unfortunate for him.
Out front, just setting them laps now, clean laps, trying to get the best possible time. And
this is what he wants, is open track now to put in those laps. He needs to do his best to stand a chance against Dusty. Because Dusty goes into this next race, there's 2 cars missing from the next race, so that's going to be 1, 2, that's 3 cars in the next race.
Right, plenty of clean track for everyone. Mark QWERTY having a great run here in second place. Let's see him. See how he comes out there. So breaks it down. Yeah, breaks it down a lot. Meanwhile, Barris has completed. So
remember, Mark QWERTY is on controller. He's one of our few who just runs it wide there.
A bit wide. Camera can't keep up with him. He's going over in second. Matsuchi's coming around. Big full
nice
send.
Full send there. It's what we like to see. I think that's his bumper against the wall at the back there. You can see as he goes past.
Yeah.
And Tarmac over in 4th place. So good job from those guys to finish the race. Wonder what happened there to Motormouth.
Yeah, it must have either had terminal damage or that much damage that the car was pretty much undrivable.
Alright, so we just let you get your shots there, and then in the next race we will be seeing Kenny, Dusty, and the one and only Ratek.
Oh, crikey. I'll be happy with a 3rd in this one, mate. I'm not going for anything special. Just a clean run. That'll do me. But yeah, shots are safe, mate. So all good.
If you get past the first turn, you'll have done better than me.
It's the bottleneck effect, isn't it? Of 5 cars going into such a narrow space there.
I'd rather start at the back of the grid.
We were saying there that the sort of thing is, if you, I think on this it's not even if you start at the back. It's the more right of the grid you start, you probably want to back off a bit more and then probably take the Joker first lap. It's probably the better strategy, because I mean, you have to go on the left side. So everyone on the right is pretty much written off unless you get a mega start.
Well, I was on the front row, on the right of the front row, so a straight line for me went straight into the corner. But obviously, I got walloped from my right by obviously one of the cars that was coming from the far right, and we just got smacked into the wall then. And the engine damage was 23, the front damage was 37. I couldn't drive in a straight line, so I just parked it.
So we're just going to need a cameraman here.
Jumping in for cameras.
Yeah, I'll jump in now.
And then I think if you stay in here, because I'm in race 1 of qualifying 3 as well, so...
yes, so Scott, so we'll need... Kenny will stay in for that one for cameras.
Oh, yes.
Are we both in the same
Yeah,
one,
we're both in it, mate, yeah, so we can give each other a nudge in that one.
I'm just going to let everyone go, and then I want to get past turn 1. It just seems to plague me in any type of racing I do. It's like turn 1, I die. But hey ho, one of those things.
Okay, we got Scott just jumped on, so put you on cameras, and then we should be good to go. Check that, all small wheelbase, short wheelbase cars. We got a Citroen and 2 Audis.
Right, guys, I'll jump out and I shall catch you halfway through qualifying 3.
Cool. Good luck.
Cheers, man.
I think after this one, if you, Scott, just want to remind me about the weather. Otherwise, these guys are getting an easy run tonight. All right, so that's the track map if anyone's wondering as we load in there.
That's better. For some reason,
Alright,
it altered me back over into game chat, which was kind of a bit bizarre, but weirder things have happened. Let's do the split.
So we've got Dusty there. He has, that's sort of the best position to start in on the grid, is where the black Audi is. That's Dusty. Then the Red Bull Audi there with Mark, and the Citroen, Monster Citroen. So it's Monster versus Red Bull here.
See, that's, at least you get a good run into that first corner.
So Mark immediately goes Joker there.
Oh.
Now this is a battle of 2 of our fastest guys from last season at the back here. So Kenny, he won the championship last season. Dusty, ooh, you can see Mark there made a mistake. He's blocking the tunnel. Ooh, Dusty is now blocking the tunnel. So both Audis, come on Dusty, you can do it. He's actually, he might have to reverse here. This is...
That's Dusty backwards.
It's so difficult to get out of reverse. So he's going to have to come to a dead stop now. Okay, let's go back to track side quickly and see what's going on with these guys.
Let's get in there, and we can have a look and see. That's a really rubbish view.
This has really helped Kenny now. Kenny is in the clear, and he's just got to put those laps in. I mean, Berries and everyone are going to be secretly pretty happy with that, because Dusty's the guy people want to beat. He's the guy that usually sets the times.
Yeah, he's a man on a pedestal, isn't he? He's a man on a pedestal to be knocked off.
Him and Kenny, to be fair. Kenny was the champion, so he's one to beat as well. But just lap time wise, Dusty is the guy that people look to.
Yeah, he can certainly, if he keeps out of any trouble, then his lap times can be ridiculously good. It's being able to maintain it for 4 clean laps in one go. If you do that, then you put yourself probably top of the qualifying leaderboard for that round.
But that was odd. I mean, that was. I wonder how he collected in the tunnel. I mean, he had an open track ahead of him.
Yeah, it was really weird. Unless it just
probably just clipped the tire, or just the angle of coming around that tire. He just couldn't straighten the car up.
We only need to tickle it, don't you? You just need to catch any little tiny bit, and that's it. You are flipped around. And it's the flipping around bit that kills you, because in this game you've got to come to a dead stop before you can change from reverse back into forward gears from the reverse gears. Whereas in reality they would just be wrecking the synchro mesh, wouldn't they?
So this is the last lap now. We're going to watch Kenny go out of the tunnel here. Let's see how sideways he wants to get. We know that they've crashed here. Ooh, he straightens out. He didn't get his angle right there. He had to straighten out last second, and that. Let's see what Mark does.
He was going to catch the edge, wasn't he? He was going to catch the
Mark's
exit.
out the tunnel. Let's see. Where's Dusty?
There he is. Let's have a look.
Let's see what Dusty does out the tunnel. It seems like Mark's crashed. He's spun again. He's sitting still on the track there.
Where is he?
There
Where
he
are
is.
you? Oh yeah. He was hiding.
So this is a big disaster for those Audis. Those Audis in the wars here in this race.
They must have come into this race thinking, look, there's three of us. We've got a really good chance to put some like seriously sound laps down. And it just didn't pan out that way, did it? First of all, you had Kenny, didn't you, slapping the side. That's probably the fastest lap tonight, I think. It's the first under 40 that I remember off the top of my head. But it's overall time. Is that the first under 3 minutes? I've got to be honest, I haven't really taken that much notice of that bit.
There's been so much action between all the drivers and stuff. That's sort of more what I'm focused on at the moment, especially in these first few qualifying rounds. A lot of mad. And it's not even raining yet.
No, to be honest, that'll probably help me. I can't get any worse. That's my philosophy. That's how I look at it.
All right, so going into the next race now, we have Roy. Mark stays in this race. Motormouth is racing, so Kenny is going to become our cameraman here if he stays.
Well, what I'll do, I can jump into the next
Scott,
one and say
Pickle, he's in.
Mr. Pickle.
So we have two Scots. It's battle of the Scots here.
Who can come last? We will both fight it out and try our best to come last. I'll just say. Are you jumping in for cameras, Kenny?
Alright, then you just need to change your car there, Scott, and then you are good to go.
I will now. Sorry, I was just shouting Kenny in. Hopefully he'll be in now. Yeah, so don't want an Audi. After seeing how bad they were in the last race, that's the last thing I need. I'm bad enough for my own car. Thank you very much.
Right, so we got our cameraman.
Yay, just waiting. Don't focus on me.
We're just waiting on that gold Citroen. It should be here any moment. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if you had a lisp, then you could really probably call it a Citroen, couldn't you?
Okay, although it does look good. We are on race 1 of qualifying 3. Remember, there's 4 rounds of qualifying, so every driver races 4 times tonight. This is the 3rd lot of races for each driver.
I might manage 1 lap in each round, so by the end of it I'll have done 4 whole laps.
Yeah. Alright, so the guys would have been hoping that I've forgotten, I'm sure.
Forgotten what? You've forgotten, haven't you?
To change the weather.
It's raining men, hallelujah. No, sorry. Anyway, on that happy note, I'm going to bid you all. I'm going to shut myself off.
Alright, into the race we go. So race 1, qualifying 3. Qualifying 3, race 1. Just loading in, we can see the track map there. It's a very tricky track, this one. A lot of little tires and things can catch you out. It's not a lot of like runoff area. Alright, so you can see it started raining now. Pickle with a good starting position there. You can see Roy already has his windscreen wipers on. That's good news for him. Motormouth and Mark. So Mark, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark just sort of doesn't pull off too quickly here and he ducks down the Joker on this first lap. That is kind of what I'm thinking he's going to do for strategy. Not the best of starting positions for him, but as long as he doesn't make mistakes like he did in the previous race, he's usually quite quick, Mark. So it should just be a matter of him making a move here. So Roy actually backs off there too. And Mark goes standard lap. I wonder if he had already committed to that, or ooh, collision by the two cars in the Joker there. Ooh, and they're gonna block the tires. But Mark is leading as they exit the tunnel here. Let's see how these guys come out of the tunnel. Ooh, Pickle and Scott there. I think Roy got through though. Roy looks like his car's okay. I think he's just decided he's going to keep it nice and clean, Roy. He just wants a car that works. Ooh, but he, I think, had contact there. It spins him around. And Ratek now pulling away. Let's see his tunnel here. Let's see how he exits the tunnel. So as long as he doesn't make a mistake here, this is his race to win. Very wide. He just misses that wall. Very tricky here because the tunnel is obviously dry, whereas the rest of the track is wet. So he's taken his Joker now. He will be taking the standard lap. I don't know if Roy took his... Oh, Roy must have taken it now. Let's take a quick look there at Pickle in second place. So he's a bit further back there, but still a good distance between him and the guys in third and fourth there. So he's looking like he'll be taking the second place on this heat. Let's have a look at how he goes out of the tunnel. Motormouth now, let's check him go through the tunnel, and then we'll have a look at Roy go through the tunnel straight after. So he just catches the wall on the entrance and then catches the wall on the exit as well. Alright, let's watch Ratek now finish up with this race. He's coming up to the back of the pack here now. It's going to slow him down a bit, I think. Ooh, he just gets caught there. That's going to hurt his total lap time, which is the important thing here in the qualifying. But pretty much a pretty good race there from him, other than that little piece at the end that'll hurt him a little. Pickle will go on to take second for this race. Pretty good showing from him. He's doing well for his first Rally Fighters event. And then the other two. So Rock actually managed to catch Motormouth, I think. So how did that go there, Mark?
Quite nice to have a bit of clear track at times and stuff, but the race before that not so happy with, creating Dusty to have a major problem going into that entrance of the tunnel.
It wasn't a race for Audis, that one.
No, and especially being a teammate as well. It's the last thing you want to do to a teammate, isn't it? So
yeah,
I've sent me apologies, and as a true Dusty fashion, he's fully kind of understanding.
Yeah, it's rallycross. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But on to race 2 now of qualifying 3. We've got Carlo, McQuartie, Kenny, Kento, and Tarmac. So we're just swapping our cameraman quickly. McQuartie, Kenny, Kento, and just waiting on Tomek Christofferson. There he is.
I was actually in the...
and Carlo, sorry. We're waiting on Carlo as well.
I was in the Discord chat when you were changing the weather, and there was an uproar of "Oh no!" So it's, but I mean, the amount of wetness that I just experienced then, and everyone's going to experience the same. It slows you down a little bit on pace, but it wasn't too horrendous. I've driven worse. It's when you were flicking around the snow section, that's when the bigger uproars we get. Yeah, that's everyone was like, "What's he doing right now? What's he going for snow for and ice and stuff?" We've had enough of that for one season, I'd say.
All right, so I think this is everyone. So it's 5 cars. It's a big race again. It's obviously going to be tough, especially with the bottle next start, but it will prepare them for the semis. That's the only good thing you can take out of it.
That's one thing you've got to be mindful. Is 6 cars going into the semi-finals. That's going to be chaotic. I know in that launch, then I did actually brake and just fall for position, if you know what I mean.
Roy actually did the same, which I think it gave almost the same problem again, because you both then bottlenecked at the same time almost as well. So it's very interesting. It's almost like you got to like you almost want to talk to the drivers on the track before you start. But we all saw, if you're a World Rallycross fan and you watched the last race in Spain with Baccarat in the final with Christofferson, even when they talk before a race, they don't always judge it correctly. So
yeah, it can be
pull a Christofferson and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go out wide," and then you go tight anyway.
I was going to say, from camera angle now, it looks like there's more rain than what I was just experiencing in the car.
It was about the same. It's pretty much it looks a lot like this, but I think like on the track and stuff, it's just because it's so close to the camera, I think.
Yeah.
The 2 teammates there. So these are... That is... Red is Kento, Red Wing. So Red Wing... Ooh.
Yeah. Kenny's...
Jump start from Kenny.
Start.
No, somebody else. He held the handbrake, so he's tricked someone else.
No, it was Kenny.
It was Kenny.
Kenny's gone on my
screen. That's Kento there. Okay, so Kenny with a jump start. So that's going to help big time with some people.
Matsusi and Tarmac both dive for the Jokers. They've got that out of the way, and
Tarmac just runs it wide there. Same with McQuartie. And Kento managed to get through okay.
So yeah, good clean run by them guys so far, and they've got the Joker in hand, Kento and McQuartie.
So I wonder, Kento, I mean, to be honest, I might just go standard lap here if I was Kento, because he's got open track. He's not going to catch Carlo yet. If he can just put in those good times, he's going to take
Joker. He's not listening to you, Kyle.
He's not listening.
But he had a good run through there. Nice exit coming through there.
It was. So he's going to be hoping right now that just Carlo makes a mistake or two, that he can just sort of start catching him.
Right out to the wall, but just clips it coming out of there, but not too lost too much time.
What I've noticed with Kento over the night is he goes very tight on the exit of that tunnel. I think he's very worried about that outside wall.
Yeah, but it can spin you around and then you lose a lot of time.
It's actually, I think, he's losing a little bit of time being that careful, because you've got to sort of send it out a bit. You've got to come close to that wall.
Tarmac's not too far off the back of Kento. He's holding. Is it?
Kento's had a crash.
Yeah, where's Kento?
There he
gone?
is. He's stuck in the
infield.
barriers. So he's going to get overtaken by McQuartie, maybe. No, just out before McQuartie. So, geez, that's not what Kento would have wanted there. He was doing so well to that point.
So everyone's completed the Jokers now.
So this is a race for Carlo then. Let's check him over this lap. Full sending. You see he just backed off there because he got a bit too close to the tyres, but he managed to get it around okay. So
fully committed through there.
He's full sending. He knows that he's got a full send now. This is a full send lap.
Tarmac's not too far off the back of him. One slight mistake from Matsuti and Tarmac could come through.
Good line there. He doesn't hit the wall, so he's looking good now. Let's check his exit.
Breaks it down well. Keeps it controlled.
Breaks super hard. Tarmac wide. But he just collects the wall there, I think. It was a good exit line, but just proper full
nice
send there from Carlo.
Switchback, beautifully turned into the switchback there, over the jump.
And let's check Tarmac.
He'll be happy.
So he's quite close. He wasn't that far behind, actually. Kento managed to sort of catch up as well, so good job from him. And McQuartie on controller. It's got to be quite hard in the rain. But doing a good job to get it over the line. Well done.
That's a good run there by them guys. Unfortunately there, I saw Kenny Shep holding it on the handbrake, and I thought that's quite early to do that launch procedure, isn't it?
I wonder if it was also the rain, because you can slide a bit more with the rain.
So yeah, all sorted there, mate. I can see you've screenshotted as well.
Yeah. I went through a few races where I didn't know what, so I just did it in case. I'm sort of in the rhythm now. So the next race we'll be having Dusty. So Dusty's going to want to put in an epic race here to make up for that last one. Dusty, Berries, Ali would have been in this race. He would have been in all the fast races tonight, Ali, actually. So shame he couldn't make it.
He had a good run, didn't he? He had a good run at Sampala.
Jacques also can't make it, so JPH, so it's a 3-car race again. It's going to be good for those guys, but we said that last time and we saw what happened, so let's not come to any early conclusions. Let's see how these guys do. Just waiting on Berries there.
Yeah, we know. Well, JPH's had some good runs tonight. Whether he can take the fight to Dusty and Berries, we know that they are very strong this season, aren't they?
The thing with those two is they'll be, if there's any drivers right now that would have a fight, it's probably them. They would be sort of similar pace, and that could lead to a mistake on this track, which would allow JPH an opportunity. So. Sorry about that, just taking a sip of water.
No worries. I'm not biased or anything, and I know teammates and stuff, but I always like to see that Mini do well, and I'm glad that JPH has chosen the Mini this season.
Yeah, me too. I love a Mini on the track. I just want to see it go more sideways, though. I'm a big...
Yeah, but we tried that for a full season last year, Kyle, and To be fair, sideways minis don't work.
Great. It looked great. It got some good pictures.
I know we won't be getting it in this one, but it is. You can throw up a lot of smoke as well, can't you, in the mini? But you won't be getting it in this race, definitely not.
No, you can throw up a lot of water.
Yeah.
I did manage last season on this track. There was once or twice in some of the heats where I sent it backwards out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I got that much around. It slows you down heavily, but you can actually do it.
This is going to be interesting. With Dusty and Berry's on pole, are them two going to go standard lap and then JPH dives for the Joker? Or do you think Berries is going to try and dive for the Joker?
If I was Berries, I would wait for a second or two here and then go Joker. But
do the opposite of Dusty, isn't it?
Yeah, but he does go Joker.
Yeah.
But you see what happened there. JP wasn't going Joker, so he could have hit into the back of Berries. So that was quite brave. I personally,
close.
If I was in that position, I would have probably just let the guys go just before me and then ducked down the Joker.
Oh, Berries just runs wide. Just going to see these other guys. Dusty nearly, but just keeps out of the barrier.
But you see, it's their first wet laps now, so they're getting a feeling for the wet track now.
Braking points are a lot earlier, especially down that tunnel section. Even though it's covered, it still feels like it's wet and slippy down that inside of that tunnel.
So I have a feeling Dusty's going to answer back here. He may as well go Joker. No, he goes standard. So he's just going to, I think, try and catch Berries now standard and then use it near the end.
I mean, what's he down to? Hovering around the 3-second mark. So it would be super close when they come out of the Joker.
And JP is not that far behind.
Just be in front. Yeah, definitely. He's holding to him, so he's showing great pace.
Ooh, just runs it wide there.
Commentator's curse there, Kyle. We need to not mention him.
Yeah, I need to just make fun of people. Maybe they'll do better. If we say anything nice, they tend to crash.
Yeah. It's the way that you always feel when you're doing commentary and holding the camera.
There goes Dusty. You can just see him have a look there.
He's going to have he's
got a good one there. That's a good Joker. He took a great line there. Most people will overshoot that Joker slightly and almost run it into the wall. But he was super tight.
I think Berries might be a little bit surprised that Dusty's come out in front of him. I thought they were going to come out neck and neck.
I don't know. I think Berries has done a good job. I mean, he had that mistake at the start that allowed Dusty to catch him. So I think Berries has been putting in some good laps to have even got to where he is now. Because I thought the gap was going to be bigger, personally.
Right. It's
But he actually almost looks like Berries could be catching him a bit in certain sections.
I think he is.
That line there, Berries is like on rails. He's solid.
Berries, Dusty right out to the wall there, wasn't he? And trying to carry as much pace. But yeah, Berries is definitely caught up for this last section of the track here.
Remember, Berries won here last season. This was the track that he got his first ever Rally Fighters event win on. So he's definitely one to watch. And JP, I mean, if JP keeps us up for the week, I mean, we might even see him get a good finish in the finals here.
He looks strong, doesn't he, in that mini? And I can't believe he keeps hold of his bumper, even though it's hanging off. He's still got his bumper by the end of the race. That's unheard of in
we had our bumpers.
Rally Fighters.
We just had to hold them.
We just had to put them in the boot and carry them around.
Okay, just let me know when you got your shots done there. So that is the end of...
hang on. I've left for some reason. Let me just...
No worries, I've got this.
Jump back in.
Alright, so that is qualifying 3 done. On to the last round of qualifying here. So there's 3 races left tonight. We've got Carlo, Motormouth, Tarmac, Pickle, and that's it. There should have been Carter Boy in this one as well. That's the brother of Pickle. So it's another brother team. Quite a few brother pairs in this community now.
Yeah, makes me wish I had a brother sometimes, just to join me in the rallycross sessions.
We'll talk more about that and the brothers going into the next race. Let's just get this one underway. So it's Carlo, Motormouth, Tarmac, and Pickle. Pickle, Tarmac, Motormouth, Carlo. I think that's everyone. Let's get this going. So this is their final race of the night, and lucky for them, it is still light rain.
Going into the final session, so yeah, it's not bad. It's going to be interesting what the semi-finals and the final will throw up for weather. Obviously, the random weather continues into that, doesn't it? So,
it does. So you have no idea. It could be the heaviest rain you've ever seen. It could be nothing. So we'll see.
Get some practice in for all conditions, isn't it? And if anybody does change setups, bear that in mind. It's sometimes people can make a difference with a setup just for the rain, but personally I've never experienced anything like that. I can never find an advantage.
Full send and hope for the best. That's my strategy.
It's just more full send in the rain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just easier to full send. It's unintentional.
Yeah. It's earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Normally I'd full send a bit further on, but I'll do it now and still make the corner. So.
It's actually going to be interesting for the Mercs on Wednesday, because those are so heavy that it's going to be very interesting.
I've heard it's absolute heavy rain for them.
Yeah, blizzard. So that's another. I think Tarmac has had that position every single race he's been in tonight. That start position.
Well, some good starting positions, yeah.
So that's good for him.
Still got to get the launch. Obviously, we've seen jump start already tonight, so hopefully everyone can control their anticipation of the lights. Matsucci, a lot of work to do from the back there. Bad starting position, but just coming off quite a good run before that.
So let's see what the tactic is here. If I was Matsucci, I'd just go Joker lap here. I'd wait a little and Joker, and he does. He goes in behind Motormouth. Motormouth's been running that one wide, so I wonder if he's got round this time. I think it seemed a bit slow though, so I don't know if
runs out wide. It's going to be tight.
It's going to be a tight exit here. This is close into the wall. Big break from Matsucci. So clever from Matsucci there. He, I think, saw that happening and he just braked very early. So he's in the clear now. This is what he wants. He did take the Joker though.
You can see Pickle there just getting up the inside of Motormouth. So nice,
and Tarmac up the inside now. Remember, both those VWs haven't taken the Joker yet, so they can take it now if they want. And they both do.
Both do, yeah. So they're going to gain a lot of time advantage. Where are they coming out to Matsucci now? Oh,
side by side. So Pickle is through. And Tarmac slips. No, they're going to go side by side through the tunnel.
Side by side. It's going to be tight. Who can break it down for this corner?
Big contact.
But it's not too bad for each. That was super tight.
Close.
Matsucci just clips that
inside tyre.
But look at this. You got Pickle out in front.
So this
is
round. Good job from him. You can just see Tarmac looks like he clipped that tire maybe on the way around that other corner.
Oh,
He's
and the
clipped
inside
another.
that corner there.
So now the mistake's happening for the back three drivers here. So this just helps Pickle. He can just race his race now and not have too much pressure on him, and hopefully put in some good laps.
I was going to say, I don't think we got it confirmed whether Pickle is on a wheel or a controller. Looking like
if
wheel,
I had to guess,
say.
I'd say he's on wheel. If I had to guess,
Yeah.
I'll confirm at a later point, but I'm just guessing at the moment wheel. Obviously, he's new to the community, so still getting to know him.
But looking very competent in a rallycross car, isn't he? So it'd be a good confidence booster coming into the first round
and in the rain, nonetheless.
Check on these other guys. Oh, was that? No,
that was
Matsuzi
pointing the wrong way, and now Motormouth is
into second.
He is into second. So big change of position in this race, ups and downs. But it's not what Matsuzi would have wanted. Going into this race, you would have assumed he carried most experience going into this one, so I really wasn't expecting this outcome.
He's looking for a move on tarmac, isn't he? But he just
I think both of them just going a bit slow with their damage. So Pickle crossed the line in first.
Done his...
Good job from him. Motormouth gonna come over the line in second. Yes, good job from him as well, staying in the race. He's struggled a bit tonight with this track.
Just gonna go back to this race here.
Battle here. I almost think Tarmac's got a lot of damage. I almost think he's defending his lines there.
Matsuzi's going to have a good run to the line. He just can't get the traction down. But no, good race, good run there from definitely Pickle, taking his first heat win. That was good.
So I think we've got all our usual cameramen. Oh no, we've got Scott. He can do it. I thought he was racing this next one too.
Saved on the screenshot, mate.
Awesome. So going into race 2, qualifying 4 now. So some pretty epic racing here. I think this is also going to motivate the guys after some of the mistakes that have been made. They're going to do some testing maybe and come back even stronger for the semis.
Definitely are, aren't they? I know when I had a bit more spare time, I did a lot of testing when I first come into this championship to make sure that I was improving.
We've got Kenny racing, JPH, Mark, Roy and Mark. So it's a double Mark show again, and we'll have Scott on the cameras. I don't know if it's just me, I can hear my voice echoing.
Right.
You want to listen to yourself?
Yeah, I don't know, someone's playing the sound I think in the background. It's coming through.
Not mine. That much I can tell you. Definitely not me.
I can just hear it faintly.
Just checking all devices, but nothing else on here.
I am approved. Yes, approval was needed, and I got it. Yes. I don't know what for, but I'm approved.
So we got Kenny, JPH, Mark, and Roy. Okay, everyone's here. So this is the final race for these guys tonight. Some of them are looking for better results than what they've had in the previous ones.
Yeah. Are we going to go out on a high, or are we just going to go out?
Yeah. If you're watching this Rally Fighters for the first time, hello, how's it? Where have you been?
Where have you been? Exactly. Yes. Look what you've been missing out on. Check out our YouTube channel for all previous footage and just see how amazingly crazy it all is.
It's been an interesting night tonight. I think maybe some of the guys they just didn't practice as much as maybe they maybe should have, because quite a few mistakes made tonight. But I just think that's going to motivate them. They're going to come back for the semis on on Thursday, much stronger.
My first race was actually really good, and it just went downhill after that. I know I got second in the other one, but that was almost by default. But in truth, my first race was quite good, so I thought I felt that gave me a false sense of security. I got a bit cocky after that, and then just got brought down to earth with a very, 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 very loud bump.
Okay, so going into this now, qualifying for race 2. JPH with a great position there at the start. He's been strong all day.
He didn't get a good start.
Kenny from like the back right, he managed to squeeze through. So he must have had an epic launch there.
Yeah.
JPH just keeps it clean through there. A little bit slow maybe on the exit of that Joker, but he's done it now and he's got the clean air. So that will help him.
He just wanted to make sure he got through it okay. Held it well there, wasn't he? That's the thing to do. If you can hold that corner coming out the barn, warehouse, call it what you will, then...
Let's take a look there at that battle between Kenny and Ratek.
So if you look at...
That's the battle right now. Ratek just sends it the full way around.
Yeah, he just went there.
That was Ratek that spun, but he was on the back of Kenny. That's why I wanted to take a look there. It was a big battle between the two of them. But that helps Kenny now. So Kenny doesn't have that pressure now of Ratek on the back of him. And Marquardt up into third. But Ratek, he takes his Joker now, so that puts him back up into third place. So that must mean Kenny hasn't taken a Joker yet. So even though Mark's not too far behind, this is going to be something Kenny can use.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it now.
It should put him out in front of JP if he did it now, if he can take it right. Ratek drops into fourth, so he's had a crash somewhere.
Or does he want to get closer? That's the question. No, he's going to go for it. His angle looked as if he was going to go for it. He's going to come out quite well.
And he's done it well. That's a quick Joker. You can just see the bumper coming off JP's car there. I think he's hit the wall.
JPH just crashed as well. So you could tell on the timers.
Let's see what's happening there with Ratek, because he's just moved back into third. He was sitting in fourth, so he had a crash that put him in. He had a crash that put him into fourth. He then managed to get into third, but now because Marquardt took that Joker, it's put him back into third. So they're having a bit of a back and forth here, these two.
They're tight there, aren't they? They're tight there. Let's get that in.
Marquardt looks like he's got a lot of damage though.
It's a shame you can't see it, isn't it? It doesn't tell you what people's damage are. Even if you put like that up, it doesn't tell you don't know what engine. But it's going to be... I think Ratek's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to... I think he just caught the rear of him there.
He's on the inside though, so he's going to come out of this now ahead.
Well, he would have had it. He would have had it anyway. He would have had the switchback coming around there naturally.
Ooh, wide, just clips the wall.
I think the pressure was telling on both of them there, wasn't it?
So Kenny crosses the line in first. He takes the heat win here. JPH, I think, would have taken second. So Ratek now, let's see.
Yeah,
we've lost Marquardt. He dropped back in that tunnel there.
Yeah, again, he was trying to push it a bit. Really,
proper full send there from Ratek, and he holds it this time. That's what he wanted to do from the start.
Yeah, it just didn't work in the beginning.
And he crosses in third. Marquardt fourth for this heat. And
Roy,
let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look there at Rock, where he is.
Where's Roy? Where's Roy?
Oh, done.
We just seen an empty field. Where's the digger? Somebody's robbed it. The bulldozer's gone. Oh, there it is. No, I lied. It's there. It was there briefly. But it looked like... On my screen it wasn't there, but on the stream it was.
It is on the stream, yeah.
Yeah. Field magic trick.
Alright, going into the last race now of qualifying 4. We have Dusty. We have Berries. We have Kento. It's another 3-car race because the two people that should have been here aren't here, Ali and
That
Jacques.
was another sub-40 lap time as well there, 39.7.
So Kenny's looking strong here tonight.
He's been able to put some decent times together, that's for certain. Yeah, JPH was saying he made the smallest mistake, clipped a tyre, car was then pulling left for the rest of the race. Yeah, suspension damage in rallycross is not really good. I should know because I've had it in every race bar the first one. Right, Mark will probably be jumping back in here.
Just waiting for Mark.
I'll wait for him to jump in and then I'll jump out once he jumps in. Just to make certain of. This will be interesting.
We've got Dusty, we've got Berries is joining this one, and we've got Kento is joining this one.
It'll still be I know there's only 3 of them, but it could be a fast race. Could be a fast race.
But we've seen tonight the race where you think, like, this is the one that you should think, this is where I'm going to set my fast lap times. I've got the space, I've got the... But it hasn't been the case. There's been a lot of races tonight with 3 cars where the guys have been making silly mistakes.
Maybe pressure plays a part. Pressure does play a part, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It does with all of us at times. Because you...
Just waiting here for Kento and Ratek. We're just waiting for the 2 of those guys.
I think with the fact that they know that there's only 2 or 3 people in the race, and they know that it's a big chance to put, to really sort of top the times, really, for it. So we got Kento. I don't know. Mark might be staying out for this one, as I'm already in it. I don't know, but I mean, if necessary.
There he is.
Oh no, here he is. That's okay. I just thought I'll stay here anyway until he came in. Anyway, have a good finale. But I think this will be tight. I think it's Dusty should probably win it, but you can't rule out Ryan from this one.
Oh, it depends who makes the first mistake, I think. I mean, Kento's had his times where he's done a fantastic job as well, so I wouldn't even rule him out.
Right, I will leave you in peace. Enjoy this last race.
Sweet. Let's get this one underway. We have 3 cars, we have a cameraman. Let's do this. If you're watching the stream, this is the final race for tonight, the final round of qualifying. Final race of the final round of qualifying. Let's go into this now. Mark.
Yes.
How's things?
Okay, mate. Okay. Very. I'm not happy with myself. I'm just putting it that way. It's myself that I'm not happy with tonight.
I'm sure Wednesday night you'll hear the same from me. That tends to be how my races go. I full send myself into a wall.
Apologies there to Mark Quirty. We came over the jump. I knew that we were side by side, but we just collected each other, and that was it. We ended up having a big spin there and stuff. But yeah, it's as we say, it's rallycross. I apologise for mistakes that I make, and we move on. On to the final race.
Now
Dusty, Kenny and Berries. This is big.
This is 2 of the fastest guys. I mean, Kenny is gonna...
Kento, sorry. Yeah.
But Kenny is going to be hoping, watching this race, I think, that these 2 guys make a mistake, because he's just done a decent qualifying this round, and he's going to be wanting... I mean, he messed up a few earlier tonight, so he's going to want points. So he needs
He's had that disqualification, so he needs some mega points.
He does. He needs these 2 to make mistakes, and it probably still won't help him much, to be honest.
So Kento
straight to the Joker.
That's probably forced Berry's hand to stay out. Berries could have been looking to die for that Joker, but with Kento going now, it's probably forced Berry's hand to stay out and follow Dusty, hasn't it?
You could be right, but I mean, it depends as well. If Berries thinks that Dusty is fast enough, he might just stay behind him. I mean...
And I think towards the last of the race that we saw these 2 together, Berries was slightly closing Dusty down.
So we'll see now what he decides to do. If Berries Joker's here, I think he thinks that he might have a bit more pace.
Dusty's gone for the
and
Joker and Berries.
I wonder if Berries hadn't already committed, and then you didn't know Dusty was also. Because it's hard once you've committed, because especially if you're like me, you sort of start sending before the corner.
You definitely do, yeah. You've got to commit early.
Oh, Berries straight into the wall.
I think he had locked up coming down that exit of the tunnel, hadn't he?
He is now in third place, so I think he had to hit the reverse gear, so that slowed him down a ton there. Now he's behind Kento, so Kento doing a good job to stay in the race there.
I was going to say he's not too far off some of the fastest guys here, is he? Oh, just gets a bit out of shape over that line.
Doesn't land the jump right.
That releases Berries to try and make up that time deficit. Meanwhile,
the guy's making a lot more mistakes this season than I remember them making last season. Yeah,
that's because you keep on throwing up these conditions, mate. I mean, I don't think we had rain here last time, did we? It was totally dry. I mean,
even on the dry races, we seen a lot of mistakes tonight. But
it's because you're watching it and you're not involved.
Yeah, it's because I'm not the one making the mistakes. Everyone's making. So fourth and final lap now here tonight. Let's see Berries. Everyone's jokered now, so this is just them putting in their best possible laps. Let's watch Dusty go through that tunnel. That's something I want to see. And then we'll watch Berries go through immediately afterwards. I want to see their angle of exit on this tunnel. That's what I like to see.
Very controlled. He was already
very
braking
controlled.
halfway
Let's check
down
Berries quickly. Berries is gonna. He goes a little more sideways, maybe. Pretty good line there.
Right
actually.
out to the wall.
That was good. Quickly to Kento. Oh, he's out already. He's too quick. We can't catch him. So Dusty's over in first. Berries is going to cross the line in second place. Pretty good outing from the two of them tonight, but they've had some... I mean, when you're the fast guys, you want to have those races where there's less drivers, and that's what they've had tonight, thanks to Jacques and Ali.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 5-car races in all rounds tonight, guys, but some people couldn't make it, as we said earlier. 3 people. Anyways, so that is all the races for tonight. So what do you think about what happened here, and how do you think it's going to go on Wednesday for the other classes?
It's with the weather change and stuff, it's going to throw up some good racing. I think the RX lights will cope quite well with the track, but to try and carry that speed, you can see a lot of people making mistakes. You've seen them tonight. With the Mercedes, I think people are going to be running wide on corners a lot until they find a nice rhythm with it.
By people, you mean me?
I think everybody. I think it's a heavy car. It carries a lot of momentum in the slide, so people have got to bear that in mind, haven't they?
I think the one that is really exciting me to see what happens is the RF2, the lights. Those guys, that's going to be close, I think. I mean, we saw there was some epic battles last week. We did the Rallycross, and or 2 weeks before, but when we last did the Rallycross, and there's some guys in there. I think that's pretty even on who could win that. I mean, we got Napoli. We know that he loves lights, so anything lights he does, and we know that he's quick in those. And the Matsutsi brothers are in there as well. We know that they're pretty good at everything. I think Ali might be able to make that one, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And I mean, with them sort of cars, you're coming from an ice track onto tarmac and gravel, so you've got a lot more grip anyway. Even if it is wet conditions or dry conditions, you're going to have more grip than what you had on the ice.
And it's not so much the cars won't slide as much as these supercars. They don't just keep going. So you're not going to see, I don't think, as much mistakes and crashes as we maybe saw tonight, but we'll see.
Yeah, should be good.
I'll be proved wrong, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyways, Good racing tonight, guys. I think there are going to be some super interesting results with that jump start from Kenny and from all the mistakes that were made tonight. There were so many mistakes. I can't even remember them all. That's how many mistakes there were.
I can remember all mine.
But I think it'll definitely bring up an interesting result, and I'm really looking forward in this class to seeing who the winner is on Thursday night. Because we might get a new winner out of this. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, guys, we'll check you guys again on Wednesday for the qualifying for the RF2s and the RFN class. And then Thursday for the final for all the classes. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for racing if you've been racing. Cheers, good night.
Thanks very much.